Hello, good day everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video, what we'll be doing is a basic configuration of group policy. So what group policy is exactly, it is essentially a feature in Windows that facilitates a wide variety of advanced settings, right? Settings that network administrators can use to then control the working environment of users and computer accounts in the Active Directory. So it is important to know what exactly you want to use the group policy for, whether it be having computers that have unique wallpapers, right, upon login for users. So each computer will have a different wallpaper for each user on your network, or you can even use group policy to uninstall apps on different computers without having to go to each computer individually and uninstall or install apps. So you can basically get a wide range of functionality from this. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is create an organizational unit, because that is where group policy will be applied. So first things first, to get to the menu where you can create organizational units, you have to go into Server Manager. So this is on the server side, by the way, on my GFTest server. Go into Tools, go into Active Directory, Users and Computers, and you should be met with this menu here. And what you're going to do from here is basically create different OUs, one for the departments, one for the computers on the network, and also one for the users, because each of them are going to have different policies associated with them, okay? So to do that, right click on your domain, right? I'm on a domain controller right now, and go to new, right here, organizational units. And what we're going to do, they ask us for the name of our organizational unit. I'm going to call mine department A. We're creating a department. Then after, we're going to create an OU for the user and an OU for the computers on the network. Right, so click OK. So that'll be the name of our department right now. So under department, you're going to right click and click new organizational units. We're going to call this computers, right? So this will be our organizational unit for the computers, right? So this will extend under department A. And also we have to create an organizational unit for users. Now, the reason why we put users and computers underneath department A is because I want to do something with the computers and users underneath department A, which is basically they wouldn't be able to switch out their unique wallpapers. So whatever wallpaper they get on their on the company computer, they won't be able to change it out. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move our computers that are in the computer container. This is what the default location for every computer you add to the domain, right? So we're gonna move these two PCs to the computer organizational unit underneath department A, right? So we're just gonna cut and we're gonna paste. Right, so from here, what we're going to do, we're not going to be using any other users in the default containers, right? Because I want to make the names more meaningful. So instead of user 1 and user 2, I'm just going to put myself. So I'm going to create a brand new user. So let me just right click on user, go into new, and go new user. And I'm just going to call him myself. So Josiah Felix. And just create whichever login name you want. I'm just going to go with J Felix, right? Next. And whichever password, keep it simple though. So as you can see, here's the user I created and the two computers underneath department A. Now, the next thing we have to do is go configure group policy. One thing to note, if you promote your server to a domain controller, group policy is already installed. So that is good for us. So to go configure group policy, go into the search bar and just type in group, and you should see group policy management, and this would open up the group policy management window. So every OU you create on your domain will be found right here in this window. So if you expand on domains, expand on your domain itself, as you can see, the department we created is right here, but there are no policies associated with it yet, which is what we're going to get into. Right, so expand on the department, and if you want to create a group policy for users, you can right click and go on to create a GPO in this domain and link it here. Now they're asking us for a name, so we're just going to call it users policy just to keep it simple, but you can call it whatever you want. So click OK. And as you can see, if we expand on our users, you can see that the users policy has been created, and this is a prompt here for the policy management console. Now, in order to edit this policy, you right click on users policy, well, the name of your policy, and edit, click edit. And as you can see, it brings up this window. Right, so from here, you can expand on the policy in user configuration and you have access to different types of policies. But the one we're focused on is in the desktop folder. You expand and you go and click on desktop and look for desktop wallpaper, which as you can see is right here and it is currently not configured. From here, you can double click on the wallpaper and it will open up the menu and click enable. And what they're going to ask us for is the link to the shared folder. So let's just set up that now and put the wallpaper. I'm just going to do a wallpaper for now. Right now, what I'm going to do, I'm currently in the local disk and I'm just going to create the folder. And I'm just going to name it wallpapers, right? And I'm just going to find a wallpaper that we can use inside of here and give it to the users. Now, after you get the wallpaper and you put it in this folder has to be shared, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to right click, go to properties, go to sharing, click here, share, and expand on this and click everyone, right? And add. I'm going to put it as read and write. And after that, you click share. It will say here your folder is shared. Now, in order to get the path to that folder, what you have to do, you have to go to network in the file manager, type in / the name of your domain and / again. And right here, as you can see, if you double click, just copy the path on the top here, which is gftest / wallpapers. So copy that and go back into the desktop wallpaper location and click enable and enter the path as well as the name of the wallpaper. Copy the name exactly as is. So Control C, and then I'm going to go back to the desktop wallpaper, right, and just paste it. Now the wallpaper you have to be a JPEG. So you're going to put a .jpg extension here. So after that, you click OK and then apply. And as you can see here, the state is now enabled. And just to be safe, just make sure you enforce this here. So just click enforced. So it is enforced and the link is enabled. Right. So we're currently on my Windows 10 client because I'm going to be logging in using the user account that I added to the OU. So I'm going to click enter. And now as we log in here, we should see this wallpaper here. And this was the wallpaper that we used as the first wallpaper that all users who is associated with a particular department, all those users should get this wallpaper. So that is basically it for group policy. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed viewing this video as much as I enjoyed making it. So thank you very much.